Well, this is it. It's all going away. It's all going bye-bye. The markets are tanking, and like any successful, respectable news channel, we've got notes to go over because we're going to be talking about what's going on not only in America, in the stock market as it's tanking, and in the crypto market, it's tanking, except for one thing. I've got it hidden under here. I can't show you just yet. But what's really important is what's going on in Asia. You know, Asia, China. You know that country where the flu came out of? Oh, we're allowed to say that. It's the truth. The country that just came out and said, no, you know what, Trump, we don't like your tariffs. We like ours. And now we're going to make ours worse. That's the thing we got to talk about because, you know, there's a lot of pain here and there are people losing money and left and right. We warned about this, right? This is really exciting. I've been getting prepared for this. Type 1 if you've been getting ready for this too. One of my buy orders just went through on a crypto that I've been waiting for so long to hit such an awesome price. And I actually think it's going to go a little lower. I know it sounds crazy. All right, let's dive into the real news, okay? Stand by. All right, this is not a zero hedge. We're going to talk about just how bad things were last night because you have to understand as we're feeling pain and our VIX is going up, they're feeling a lot more pain. Like right now, it looks, we already know the market's open and it's tanking, but as of the middle of the night, they're writing that the S&P looks to set and open around 4,945 points, just above the level of 4,915 that would mark a 20% drop from its February 19th record. Isn't it interesting when everybody's touting all these massive records, you know, in the stock market, how fast, boom, it's almost down 20%, all right? Now let's talk about China. Several indices suffered single-day loss records, including Chi Next, CSI 500, and the CSI 1000. Oh, wait, the CSI 2000 too. Besides the record day single loss, local press reported that national team is active in the market today and large cap ETFs trading volume rose significantly. We were seeing circuit breakers shutting down one after another last night. I gotta be honest with you, I was pretty stoked. It's pretty exciting when the stock market's like, all right, we gotta close. This isn't working. We're not making money. Let's just shut it down. See, and this is what's really cool. When you start learning how economics work, how the stock markets work, bond markets and real estate markets, and how they all just sort of are put together, and on these different cycles, you know how to move in and out, bob and weave. You know, the ninja was saying, hey, I sold half my XRP. Things aren't looking good. I'm afraid that this is going to get really ugly. And now it's the mother of all ugliness. In Hong Kong, this marked the second worst day as the HSI price action in history. In recent memory, the only day that had a worse impact on the HSI was October 27th, 2008. What are you talking about? That means that we're actually worse than the COVID flu, you know, that came out of China. We've already passed that up. We're now talking 2008 numbers. Woo! I know. Hey, look, do you think it's mean to get excited? Just yes or no. Is it mean to get excited for a downturn? Just type yes or no. I'm curious. There are a lot of people that I'm sure will comment, I can't believe you're making fun of other people's demise. Well, I've been on the internet for like 4 years trying to warn about events like this and how to get ready, how to make a bunch of money, get ready for it, and then make a bunch more money. You know who else is really getting excited about it? Warren Buffett. Yeah, I'm not joking. That dude, I guarantee you, has got a Kentucky Fried Chicken drumstick in one hand and a Diet Coke in the other, and he's just grinning from ear to ear. It's like, I don't even know where to start. All right, but we're all gonna crush it all around the world, especially in crypto. You have no idea what's coming to crypto next. Oh, wait, I gotta make an announcement. Yeah, I gotta do this in order. Crypto is down right now, down, except for one thing. There's one crypto that I'm noticing that I've talked about that really isn't down, and that's Digibyte. Do me a favor, type Digibyte or DGB if you own any. And I had an idea, and it's not gonna sit well with a bunch of people. I wanted to come up with a shirt that really embodied, or provoked a question about Digibyte. Because a lot of people try and market this stuff, and there's nobody to market Digibyte. There's no company. It's the most decentralized cryptocurrency in the earth. And I don't look at it as an investment. I think everybody should just have $25 worth of Digibyte, maybe 50 if you wanted to go crazy, and then put it into a core wallet and run a node. And pretty soon, I think in the next month, we have enough people to make Digibyte more decentralized than Bitcoin. I know it sounds crazy. So now imagine the camera might be reversed. Let's see. What do you think about this? Will this provoke a question? That's right. It's all about the Digibyte. And get your minds out of the gutters. All right, so here's the deal. We need to get the word out. And I met a subscriber that lives near me, and he started a new business. He's an entrepreneur. He's a retired police officer, and he wanted to start a business. I said, I want to help you out for nothing. So I'm getting paid for this. If anybody wants It's About the Digibyte shirt, then there's a link down below at the top. I ain't getting anything from this. I just like seeing entrepreneurs get successful. All right, let's get back to it. Love Digibyte. I've never sold one Digibyte since I bought my first one in 2017. True story. I look at it as a movement, not a cryptocurrency. It's a lot more than that. All right. And it's doing very well. All right, here we go. Japan. The Nikkei, NKY, and all these other letters behind it has officially entered bear market, which is below 20% from its recent peak, while the TPX still has about a 129-point buffer. It's going down the crapper soon, too. Let's talk about, yes, the magnitude of, Meanwhile, the S&P 500 index, you know what, all those YouTubers that don't know a lot about economics because they're pretty young, they're like in their mid-20s to early 30s, they don't do a lot of, they've only lived in a hyper bubble. So now they're telling people how to invest. They're like, you got to do the S&P 500 index. You got to do the indexes. Well, you're going to find out really quick. It's not going to be good. It's just not going to be good unless we go into hyperinflation, which actually is still on the table in some interesting, think about this. Housing is still really high, even though it's dropping, starting to drop like a rock. It's coming out over the internet all over. We have not had a long enough period where, because Biden was pushing so much money, relieving people's debts, hiding credit scores, forcing banks not to foreclose, forcing counties not to push government county auctions to sell properties. There was so much hidden in the last 4 years. There are still people that should not be allowed to get a loan that could get a loan right now. Now think about this. As the 10-year bond is collapsing right now because people are panicking, selling their stocks, not even moving to cash, they're straight up going into treasuries. It's forcing rates down. This can ignite a hyperinflation in housing. Now, this isn't confirmed because it takes a little bit of time, but because there's so much, I call it the dumb money, and it is dumb money. When you borrow money that you can't afford, but just because some schmo behind a desk says broker or loan guy says you could afford it, it's like going to a credit card company and going, hey, I like that credit card because it's solid metal and it's heavy. Can I have it? And like, well, it's $1 million credit line. Yeah, you look like you can make it. That old Datsun looks like he can make it another month, so you can make the payments. Okay, I'll take it. And doesn't mean you should, right? Well, there's still a lot of people out there like that. And so what's happening, this is what created the 2008 crisis in the first place. People that took out more money than they could afford. Well, they still haven't just completely destroyed their credit scores, meaning that as mortgage rates plummet, a lot of people that have been on the sidelines that want to buy a house are going to dive into a house. This can actually create a hyperinflation in housing. And the thing is it'll take a handful of years for that bubble to burst because it takes a few years for it to work through the market. So all during this next 4 years of Trump being president, it's going to look like it's great. It's going to spell disaster. Guys, does that make sense? Type 2 if that made sense. Type 3 if you're like, no, Ninja. I believe everything CNN says. All right, here we go. So talking about the S&P 500, the targets are getting slashed on Wall Street while Fed rate cuts are rising. UBS strategists say stagflation on steroids is possible. Other strategists are also ripping up their previous forecasts and as the meltdown continues. The magnitude of moves across equities, rates, and many commodities are resulting in hedge funds being hit with some of their largest margin calls since the COVID panic. And that is the story. I'll pick that up. That's the story here. Now, if you want to take advantage of this on the crypto side, I'm putting a sale on the the Bitcoin 101 and XRP accelerator. If you've never owned crypto, I'm not joking. This is the time to learn and get in because we're in a bull run. That's where we are right now. That's my technical analysis right there for today. If you want to learn about it, links down below. If you want to get into learning what I'm buying, when I'm buying it, and all that kind of stuff, the DeFi Pro, it's the full package. Or if you just want to buy the DeFi Pro course by itself, it's on the student sale. crazy sale. It'll teach you how to use decentralized exchanges, how to buy DeFi projects, how to stake certain projects, all of that stuff. So it's all the crazy sales. Everything's crashing sale. Gosh, I love this. I'm not joking. This is where opportunity meets preparedness. We smash it together like an awesome money sandwich and we make money. And there's gonna be a couple people like, I think you're a little full of yourself. Like, dude, I've been doing this for a long time. Don't mistake confidence and experience with being full of yourself. Jeezo. I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini with $20,000 this year. I'm gonna show you guys how. The announcement will come out how I'm doing it in like 2 weeks, because I don't think we're near a bottom. I think we've got a little bit more time. And there's a lot of people out there that are gonna tell you about this coin and that coin. That's what I'm talking about. 99% of them are all liars. They're just trying to get you to buy the coin they're invested in that they're bag holders on. Don't believe them. Don't believe anybody in the comments section, even if they look like me. They're not me unless it's me, but it's probably not, because I only answer like 6 comments and I don't ask you for money. Those are scammers. All right, with that being said, hopefully you got something out of this. If you want the awesome Digibyte shirt, this is my idea too. It was not his. I just thought maybe some people would want a shirt that provokes a question. What's the D stand for, dude? Like, bro, it stands for Digibyte. Like, get your head out of the gutter. That's gonna invoke some questions. If you guys have Digibyte, type it down below. I honestly think that Digibyte is gonna crush it. And I'm not talking again about like putting tons of money into it. I'm talking about worldwide awareness, about being the most decentralized cryptocurrency on earth. Woo! All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out. Link for the t-shirts down below.